Let's take the scenario where you're placing multiple purchase orders with your supplier on a regular basis. And instead of them sending you one purchase invoice for every purchase order, what they do is they send you one purchase invoice that covers a number of purchase orders. This video shows you how to receive that purchase invoice against those multiple purchase orders. The first thing you need to do is make sure you're looking at purchase orders from just one supplier, and the best way to do this is by clicking the supplier name in the purchase order list. So here we can see we've placed two purchase orders with supplier Aardmans for $50 and $60, but they've sent us a single purchase invoice, which is $110. Just like when you're receiving a purchase invoice against a single purchase order, all inventory on the purchase order has to be received, or else no inventory has been received, so the icon would either be green or white. You can't receive a purchase invoice against a purchase order whose inventory has only been partially received. So once you've checked that, you can select all the purchase orders that are included on this purchase invoice, and then click Batch Invoice. This details all of the separate line items on each of the purchase orders, which should reconcile against the purchase invoice to make sure you're being charged the right amount. When you're happy that the totals match, you can add the invoice details. So let's say the invoice date was the 1st of November, payment due in 30 days, we enter the supplier's invoice reference, and then process purchase orders. This receives the invoice against those purchase orders, and you can see it's the same invoice reference here that's been recorded against both. The total of $110 has been put onto the financial history of this particular supplier, and we'll pay them later. If the purchase invoice you've been sent does not match the totals on this screen, what you need to do is you need to go into each purchase order, edit the prices there, and then come back here to receive the purchase invoice. If you've not yet received inventory, you could actually merge the purchase orders so that you receive one purchase invoice against one purchase order. But generally, when the invoice arrives after you've received the inventory, you have to use this batch invoice process.